When it comes to travel hacking, one of the main things people love to do is to earn the sign-up bonus for credit cards whenever there's a elevated bonus, especially. And so it doesn't quite make sense oftentimes to sign up for a new credit card when there are no bonuses involved for the sign up. So why did I recently sign up for the American Express Platinum card even though there was no sign-up bonus? In this video, I'm going to tell you why and how there are sometimes exceptions to the rule of travel hacking and earning credit card points, and how you can also consider these points when it comes to evaluating whether or not it may be worth it for you to potentially sign up for a card too, even if there's no sign-up bonuses. Let's start by talking about the once-in-a-lifetime rule when it comes to the American Express credit cards. For those of you who might be new to travel hacking, American Express typically only allows each person to earn a credit card bonus once in a lifetime. And that means you can't keep the card for a few years and cancel it, wait a year or two or maybe longer and try to sign up for another bonus again. Some credit card issuers like Chase or Bank of America are much more generous with their sign-up bonuses. For example, the Bank of America Alaska Airlines credit card, you can sign up for it, earn the bonus, wait for the 1-year anniversary of your card opening, cancel it, and then even within a few months after you cancel the card, you could potentially get the sign-up bonus again. Whereas Chase has certain cards where you can qualify for the sign-up bonus again if you wait typically 4 years to 5 years, so that they basically have a rule that says you can't earn the bonus for a card, the same card, within 4 years or 5 years of previously earning that bonus. Always check the fine print when it comes to these things, but the other banks tend to be more generous about the repeat bonus earnings. Anecdotally, there have been some people that have reported that they were able to receive a sign-up bonus again because they received a targeted offer. A targeted offer means that American Express is sending a sign-up bonus offer to a person specifically that's not available to the public and is only associated with that particular person, so that person can't even just let other people sign up using a link or a code or and whatnot. But one of the nice things about American Express cards and signing up for them is that if you don't know if you might qualify for the sign-up bonus because you can't remember if you've already had it in the past, then when applying for the card on the American Express website, there is a pop-up that shows up to tell you if you qualify for that sign-up bonus prior to officially submitting your application and performing a hard credit pull. That way, the pop-up will tell you if you don't qualify and therefore you can cancel that application and not generate a credit pull. Whereas otherwise, if you do qualify, you can go ahead and click continue to formally submit the application and have that credit pull. So at least there's that feature that helps you to know before you formally proceed. My personal history with the American Express Platinum card is that I actually had the Platinum card back in 2016. That was when I had signed up for it and earned a sign-up bonus. Back then, believe it or not, the annual fee was only $450 only, right? But now, of course, the annual fee has increased to $695. I actually really enjoyed having and using the card when I did have it back then, and my favorite benefit was the airport lounge access. And my favorite lounge was the Centurion Lounge that came with this card. Also, my second favorite lounge access was the Delta Sky Lounge when flying with Delta, because for the American Express Platinum card, you can have access to the Delta Sky Lounges, but you must be flying that day on the Delta operated flight. So you can't, for example, fly United and still use Delta Sky Lounge that day. But I really love those two lounges, especially because I travel out of the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport in the Pacific Northwest, and there is a Centurion Lounge there. And so that's been especially helpful to me in terms of that benefit. So I can see that, if someone who lives by an international airport that doesn't have a Centurion Lounge, this benefit may not be as applicable to you, although having access to the Delta Sky Lounge could still be nice, but that depends on how nice the lounge is. The one at Seatac Airport is quite nice. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later. But anyways, I ended up canceling the card a year later when the annual fee was due again, because I did feel like $450 was quite a bit to pay for this card, and I wasn't using it that much. Again, I really liked using it for the airport lounge access, but I didn't feel like it quite justified that annual fee, and so I ended up canceling it. And I have to admit, I've missed that card ever since then, to this day. The reason that I really enjoy the Centurion Lounges and that I miss them ever since canceling my card is that the Centurion Lounges are consistently high in quality in terms of the amenities they have. And I've discovered that not all lounges are created equal. Throughout my travels in the past few years, I've gotten to experience quite a few different lounges all over the country and also all over the world. And there is definitely a huge variation in terms of the quality of the amenities that are offered at each lounge. There are even some lounges that are complimentary for international business class travelers, and even those I feel do not measure up to the amenities that are offered at some of these Centurion lounges. And I've also been in some domestic lounges that are really not high quality at all. For example, recently I was at a lounge that was part of the Priority Pass program at the airport in Honolulu. The airport lounge was so tiny, and they didn't have any snacks on offer in the lounge and only had some soft drinks. And it did have some comfortable seats, but honestly, it felt kind of claustrophobic and cramped in there because of how small it was. And yeah, definitely not anywhere near the type of experience you could be having in a Centurion Lounge. And so, yeah, I really appreciate the consistency of the high quality of the Centurion Lounges, and that's the main reason I've missed them so much and enjoy them so much, and really hope to have access to those again, if only I could have the American Express Platinum card. Listed here are a few of the lounges I've visited all across the world. I'm mostly focusing on lounges that I visited outside of the United States, so I won't talk too much about domestic lounges that I've visited. And of note, these are lounges that I had access to because I was flying in business class or first class, all using points for travel. Most of them, my business or first class airline travel have been from using points, because otherwise it's really very expensive, exorbitantly expensive, to pay cash for some of these international business and first class flights. So fortunately, I've been able to leverage points to fly these international first class and business class flights. So of the ones that are listed on here, I will have to say that the most memorable one for me was the Cathay Pacific First Class Lounge called the Wing, that's located in Hong Kong. And what was most memorable about that was that they not only had a very large lounge and very few visitors of the lounge during the time that I was there, at least. There was probably only maybe 10 or 15 other guests in the lounge when I was there several years ago. And they had a nice restaurant area with a la carte menus that had very high quality food that was made upon order, and the service was excellent, and I felt like I was eating at a fancy restaurant even though it was actually at the airport in the lounge, and the food was completely free. So of the ones that I've experienced on this list, I think that was actually my favorite. So let's get back to talking about lounge access. As I mentioned before, several premium travel credit cards come with lounge access as a benefit. For example, several different credit cards come with Priority Pass, which is a membership that you can use to access airport lounges for free, and it also allows you to bring up to 1 or 2 guests, or maybe even more depending on the membership you have with Priority Pass that's associated with the premium credit card. There are also some credit card specific lounge portfolios. So for example, Capital One has actually some of their own airport lounges. There's not that many out there, but I think they are trying to grow their footprint. And then of course there's the American Express Centurion Lounges that are specific for American Express Platinum card holders, as well as the Centurion card holders, amongst some other ones too, but I won't go through all of that. And then lounge access, of course, are generally included when flying business class or first class, but those are often limited just to international segments. So I've discovered that, for example, just because you're flying Delta in first class domestically, you might not get access to the Delta Sky Club unless you're flying in Delta One cabin specifically, but not all flights on Delta within the United States have Delta One even on offer. So even if it's just regular first class and not Delta One, you don't have access to the Sky Lounge, unfortunately. And then lastly, lounge access is also granted to some frequent flyers for a particular airline. If you have certain statuses, like very high frequent flyer status within an airline, that oftentimes also comes with lounge access for that specific airline or lounges within that alliance group for the airline. Many different premium travel credit cards include the Priority Pass membership as a benefit, and listed here are some of those credit cards. So for example, within the American Express credit card portfolio, the Hilton Surpass, Aspire, and Hilton Aspire, Marriott Brilliant, Platinum, Delta Reserve, and Delta Platinum are all cards that come with a Priority Pass membership. And Bank of America also has a couple of different credit cards that come with Priority Pass. And then Chase Sapphire Reserve also comes with Priority Pass. And do keep in mind though, not all Priority Pass memberships are created equal. For example, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card comes with a Priority Pass that also allows you to access the restaurant experiences, where you get a credit of $28 per person to spend at certain restaurants within airports. The Priority Pass that comes with American Express, for example, typically would not include the restaurant experiences. It would still include the airport lounges that are within the Priority Pass portfolio, but not the restaurant experiences. So do keep in mind that there are sometimes differences of what you can access depending on the type of Priority Pass that comes with the credit card. Since when I originally had the American Express Platinum back in 2016, the Centurion Lounge footprint has definitely expanded. Listed here are all the different locations within the US and around the world where there are Centurion Lounges at the airport. Let's get into a little bit more of the details of the Centurion Lounge guest policy. So previously, if you have the American Express Platinum card, you are able to access the Centurion Lounge on the same day as your flight, within a few hours of your flight's scheduled departure time, and you were allowed to bring up to 2 guests with you complimentary. However, starting February 1st of 2023, card holders can still access the Centurion Lounge for free on the date of your flight. However, guests now are no longer free to access the lounge with the card holder. So each adult guest that the card holder brings into the lounge would be $50 per person and $30 per child. If you spend $75,000 or more per year on your Platinum card, then you would have access to bring complimentary guests, up to 2 guests per visit, if you spend $75,000 a year. That's something that most people cannot achieve. So it is unfortunate that the complimentary guest policy was changed. But I do understand why they changed it. From what I've read, there's been a lot of overcrowding issues at Centurion Lounges. So I think this is American Express's way to try to limit the overcrowding issue and make the lounge a more enjoyable experience for their Platinum card holders. And here's a little history about the Seatac Airport Centurion Lounge. So in June 2015, a Centurion studio, not a Centurion Lounge, Centurion studio was opened at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. It was called the Centurion Studio and not Lounge because of the small size of the lounge. It was only about 3,100 square feet, and because American Express's Platinum card has soared in popularity in recent years, it was found that the studio in the Seattle-Tacoma Airport was too small, and so it was actually expanded in 2017 to about 4,500 square feet. But even then, the popularity of the lounge and this particular airport really outgrew the size yet again. And so in early 2023, a brand new lounge in a different location within the airport was just opened that now measures 14,000 square feet, which is super exciting. And so the Centurion Studio finally graduated into Centurion Lounge status. For me, who is someone that uses the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport as my gateway to travel, it was also nice to have Delta Sky Club available as an airport lounge option. And that's because at the Seatac International Airport, there is a really nice Delta Sky Club. In fact, it's quite large and it's 2 stories, and they have some really great food in there, some really tall ceilings with floor-to-ceiling windows. That's great for watching airplanes landing and taking off. And I did actually have access to the Delta Sky Club back when I had the Platinum card in 2016 too, and I missed having access to the Delta Sky Club at the Seatac Airport. I've been talking a lot about the Centurion Lounge and the Delta Sky Club lounges that are included in the American Express Platinum card, but there's actually even more lounge options that are part of the portfolio that American Express Platinum card holders have access to. For example, there's also these lounges within the portfolio called Escape Lounges. These are located in some of these smaller airports around the United States, as you can see here. I have personally not visited any of these, but from the pictures I've seen online, they look quite nice, and I hope to check them out soon. As if access to airport lounges for the ones already described is not enough, American Express Platinum card holders also have access to the Lufthansa lounges. You would find these more easily within Germany, and of note, there are business lounges as well as senator lounges. Your ability to access the senator lounge versus business lounge can depend on the type of service class that you're flying in that day. So for example, the senator's lounge would typically be limited to people who are flying in business class. So do pay attention to that. And if you do have access to both the senator lounge and the business lounge, I would recommend selecting the senator's lounge because the senator's lounge is generally more luxurious than the business lounge. Now that we've talked a lot about the different type of airport lounge access that's available through American Express Platinum, let's kind of get back to what we started with, which was why did I sign up for the American Express Platinum card even though I couldn't earn the sign-up bonus due to having already earned the sign-up bonus during a previous application process. So I was debating whether or not to get the card again because, like I said, I really, really missed having access to the Centurion Lounges, particularly because my home airport has a Centurion Lounge, especially one that's recently been significantly upgraded. And so in order to get access again, I was debating whether I should try to become an authorized user versus getting my own card. And that's because one of my family members is already a card holder of the American Express Platinum, and I could just get myself added as an authorized user to their account and still have the benefit of access to the Centurion Lounges. And so there was my debate. And to give you a little bit more information on how I kind of came to my decision, so for authorized users, it's $175 total for up to 3 authorized users. So this could be very economical and would make sense for people if there are multiple authorized users that could be added to an account holder, because that makes it so that each authorized user technically costs less than $60 a year in order to have access to these lounges. Keep in mind, sometimes your American Express offers that are available through your account might even include a bonus offer of maybe 10 to 20,000 points for adding one or more authorized users. So that could be a great opportunity and time to sign up for authorized user access to the account, because if you already have authorized users in mind, this is a good way, an easy way to earn some bonus points. So yes, authorized user would have cost $175 for up to 3 users, but for me, in my current situation, I will be the only authorized user added. There's no 2 other people that we would want to add to my family member's account. And so in essence, it would cost me $175 in order to have access to the Centurion Lounge and to the Delta Sky Lounge, etc. that comes with the American Express card, Platinum card. And if I got my own card, it would be, of course, a $695 annual fee, the full annual fee, and I would not get the sign-up bonus. It seems like it's an easy choice here, just given the price difference, but actually it's not an easy choice, and I will tell you why. Let's break it down further of the pros and cons of each option of becoming an authorized user in order to get access to their lounges that come with American Express Platinum versus having my own card. So a positive of being an authorized user is that it only costs quote unquote, $175 a year. And the pro of that is also that I would get lounge access, nice and simple and easy. If I got my own card, the negative is it would cost $695 each year. And another negative, no sign-up bonus, because I've had a sign-up bonus in the past for this card. However, on the positive side, my family member is actually able to send a referral for the card to me. And if I got approved, my family member would receive 20,000 points as a referral bonus. And people are able to get the referral bonus whether or not the person who signs up receives the sign-up bonus. As long as that person that they referred signs up for the card and is approved for the card and it gets the card, then the person who referred them still get a referral bonus. It doesn't matter if they qualify for the sign-up bonus or not, just whether or not they're approved for the card. So that's a positive, that my family member could get up to 20,000 points because based on point valuations out there, that's up to $400. That's worth up to $400, those points. And also a positive is that as part of the referral offer, my family member would also get five times the points per dollar spent on groceries for the next 3 months from when me, the person they referred, signs up for the card and gets approved. And that's pretty nice because people generally spend quite a bit on groceries. And so it would be great to earn 5 times the points per dollar on groceries, especially because you can even buy lots of different kinds of gift cards for different stores at a grocery store, and that will still count in terms of earning these bonus points. And lastly, a benefit of having my own card would be that I would have access to all the benefits that come with the card, not just the lounge access, which was my primary focus. Of course, being an authorized user also gives you some other benefits too, but those benefits are very limited besides the airport lounge access benefit. Here's a breakdown of the different types of benefits that I would have access to if I obtained my own American Express Platinum card rather becoming an authorized user. For example, there's the $200 of airline incidentals credit. I would definitely use that, and it's very easy to use, so very easy to get the $200 value out of it. Then there's a $200 Uber credit. Again, very easy to use, and I'll definitely use that up. So I'll definitely max out that $200 benefit. And same thing for the $200 hotel credit. It's easy to use. I can definitely use it, no problem. And lastly, the $100 Saks credit. I will have no problems buying $100 worth of Saks products within a year. So just within that, that's $700 worth of benefits that I will be easily able to obtain if I had my own card. And of course, there's the lounge access, which was my primary reason for even wanting to consider getting this card, the American Express Platinum. Some of these other benefits that come with a card are ones that I'm either not going to use at all or unlikely to use. For example, the $240 digital entertainment credit. It's actually a really great credit that could be used for Disney Plus streaming service, ESPN Plus, Hulu, etc. However, my family already has this digital entertainment credit from their own American Express Platinum card, and so it's not like we need to have 2 subscriptions to Disney Plus and things like that, and so I don't really see myself using this. However, I could get free Audible book credits with this, and so I might be able to use most of this credit. I'm just not sure at this time. Then there's $189 of Clear credit. I already have Clear, so right now it's not going to be beneficial for me. The $155 Walmart Plus membership benefit, I'm not really interested in that. I don't really shop at Walmart very much, and so I don't really see myself benefiting from this. There's also the $300 Equinox gym membership. There's no Equinox gyms near where I live, so I don't see myself using this. I know Equinox even has some online classes you can sign up for and such, but it's just not something I'm particularly interested in, and I don't see myself pursuing this credit. To summarize, if I became an authorized user for a family member who already has the card, I'm basically going to spend $179 a year to obtain the lounge access. If I got my own card, I would get $700 of benefits every year, the very minimum, and that easily offsets the $695 annual fee. So basically, I get to have the card for practically free. And having the card practically free, thanks to the benefits that I'm going to use, that come with the card. I'm going to get lounge access, which was the main reason I wanted the card. And my family member is going to get a 20,000 point referral benefit, and they're going to get the 5 times points per dollar on grocery purchases for 3 months. And so in the end, if you look at these breakdowns, it makes more sense to simply sign up for the card with no sign-up bonus, because I come out on top by going through the route of getting my own card despite not having a sign-up bonus. And that's the verdict. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that this information was helpful to you so that you can also make these types of decisions for yourself and see how you can customize the travel hacking process to meet your own needs. Because as this example illustrated, we don't always have to follow the quote-unquote rules of travel hacking, of always pursuing the sign-up bonus. You really have to look at each situation individually and see if it makes sense to you. If you enjoy my video and hope to see more, please subscribe for new videos on travel and points. Thank you.